If you watch my devlogs, you may know that my game Luna Lane is currently being made in Construct 2. Construct 2 is a very simple to learn visual coding software that lets you make games, but there are some limitations to what you can do, and also using Construct 2 doesn't really give you that much of information on how actual coding and programming works, as it does a lot of the work for you. I've always been the kind of person that doesn't really like programming so much as I like being creative and having a vision and creating that vision and making it come alive. So constructs seem perfect to me as it's more so visual coding. I get to see things and I don't have to do complicated math and stuff that's confusing. But I kind of feel like I've reached my peak on Construct. I can make whatever I want very quickly, and there's just limitations in Construct that really annoy me, and it causes me a lot more pain than it's worth. So I decided to look into different engines that I could switch over to, and I decided the one that I want to use the most is Unity, because I feel like Unity has a base and it's been established for so long that it's really easy to get into. I was going to get into Game Maker, but I just decided on Unity as I don't know, I just like it more. It was more appealing to me. What I'm going to show you today is the current state of Luna Lane on Construct and what I've done so far in Unity. Please stick around because at the end of the video I'm going to have a lot more information. I just don't want to put the information at the beginning of the video because I don't want to bore people that don't really want to hear the information. So it'll be at the end of the video. With that being said, let me show you my switch to Unity. When I started Luna Lane over a year ago, I was super happy and super excited. I found this engine that let me code stuff and it didn't confuse me and I didn't have to learn all of this confusing stuff, and it was amazing to me, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna really become a game developer and I'm gonna use this to create my dream game. And then not too long ago I decided that I should restart my game as my code was terrible. I was just a beginner and I was just piling on a bunch of spaghetti code and it was really horrible and I hated it and it took way too long to add anything and there was just magic numbers everywhere. But I decided that I would restart and use my old code, and I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and a lot of you guys did say that I should maybe switch engines, and I had been contemplating that since you guys told me that I should switch engines. And then recently I just sort of snapped in my head and it clicked and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna learn C#. But I feel like I'm blabbering on. I'm gonna leave that for the end of the video. Let's just show you what I'm talking about. Here we are in Construct. This is where I last left off making Luna Lane. You can see that there's still a lot of remnants from the old version of the game. For example, like all of my health and the mana and stuff like that are still in the game, and the coins and stuff, and I can swap my cards and all of that works. That's just basically copied over from the old stuff since I'm on the same exact project. But this new area here and the combat and the movement and the animations and this new enemy are all things that were brand new, as well as this quote-unquote lighting, fake lighting system that I created. This is where I last left off on Luna Lane. I think it actually looks pretty good. One of the cool new features that I added was having a foreground above the foreground layer, so I can have stuff like railings and things like that. So I'm going to show you what I have so far in Unity right now, and I tried to recreate this. I didn't want it to be too crazy different from what you guys are used to, so I'm going to go switch to that right now. So here we are in Unity. You can see that there are a few issues that I'm going to announce right away. The tile sets don't really work in Unity as they do in Construct, so there's some tearing, as you can see on stuff like the windows, but I will get that fixed in the future, I promise. But this is about a week of me actually coding in Unity and learning C#. I've been learning C# for probably about 2 weeks now, and I've only been coding in it for about a week, and I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm really proud of what I've got. You can see there's actually this fancy lighting system going on here with this candle. You can see that I'm actually using real particle systems to create particles and not just me drawing up an animation. You're going to have to excuse the issues with the layers, and you're also going to have to understand that in my game, most things will be pixel perfect, like the sprites, but particle effects will not be pixel perfect, and I'm sorry about that. I'm using such a low pixel count that making pixel perfect sprites would look very strange. They wouldn't exactly be the correct shape, so I'm going for these more pixel inspired higher quality particles, which I hope you guys will be fine with. I think you're fine with it. They look pretty cool. Now, a particle that is very lore based are these little blue particles that I'm calling ghastly particles. They're like little wisps that kind of appear and then float a little bit and fade away. Now, you probably know if you've watched the devlogs that this first area of the game is called Haunted Household. These particles are something that I actually concepted forever ago when I came up with the idea of Haunted Household, of having these little blue floating wisp-like things. They're very mysterious. I wonder what they are. And they're very spooky. And doing it in Construct was really weird, whereas in Unity, you know, you can set the size of the shape for the particles, and then they'll just spawn in that shape, whereas in Construct, they always kind of spray out of a specific area unless you do like a randomizer. It's very weird, and I really don't like it. I actually can give the little mousey here the light on his tail. Also, if things in this don't look smooth or they look weird, that's because the frames are actually uncapped right now. So it's actually running it at like 700-800 frames, and I'm recording this in like 30 or 60 frames. So it might look a little bit weird on your end. I know when I recorded a video of it earlier, it did look a little bit weird, so I need to look into doing that. But you can see that I have some very basic things. I have a player controller, which using rigid bodies is kind of annoying in Unity if you don't understand it, because it treats your character like a physics object. So when I had these slopes, my character would just like slide down without me wanting him to. I eventually ended up fixing it. One of the issues was that my slopes were really steep, and I didn't realize it until my character became a physics object, that dang, my slopes that I made in the previous game were very steep. So I decided to make these more gradual slopes, which I think they look more natural than just a straight, like, almost a 90-degree angle downwards. And I like all of this stuff so much better. I'm having much more fun, and it's making me really happy that I'm learning how to program, and it's really fun. You can see I have like little jump particles and stuff. And I'm really excited to take Luna Lane to the next level, and I hope you guys are ready for it, and I hope you guys are patiently waiting. I know a lot of you are waiting for me to have new updates and a new demo. I want to be more open and honest about my game, especially with the demos. So once I get some basic combat, I will probably fill out a few rooms, and I will create a test, and I will let you guys mess around with it. But that's all I have to show you guys. I hope you guys are very excited.
Hey guys! Thanks for all the likes. We got 150 in like 2 seconds, and that was awesome. So our new goal is 150K.
No. Think of a goal.
250. That's 100 more likes. If you all reach that, I will do a whole voiceover for a whole video. I know you guys enjoy my voiceover so much because he puts them at the end so nobody can hear me. Okay, thank you guys for all the new subscribers. You guys are 1 in a million. I love you guys. You guys are the greatest.
Okay, with that aside, thank you so much for watching this video. Yes, I want to try to hit 200 likes in this video. That was my lovely girlfriend, and I deleted probably about like 5 more minutes of her talking and plugging random people from my Discord server. Links in the description to stuff like my Discord server and my Patreon and all the fancy schmancy stuff if you want to come find me other places. I think with that being said, I'll see you in the next devlog.
What up, guys?
You yell too loud.
I can't.
I gotta turn it away.